All right, quick deck overview for Indomitable Creativity combo in Modern. Quick hits video. Been a minute since we've seen Creativity on the channel. Basically, you're an Indomitable Creativity deck. You destroy X target artifacts, basically to put Arcana Cruelty in play, get a bunch of value from that. But in order to do that, you have things like Dwarven Mind to put 1/1 dwarves into play. You have Fable the Mirror Breaker as additional ways to put things into play. Strike it Rich, Prismari Command are your main ways of getting things in play. Then you're a Renin 6 Teferi Time Raveler deck. Basically, you get to play two of the most powerful Planeswalkers in the Modern format and play some of the good value cards. You get to play a pseudo control role for a little bit, using Spell Pierce and Lightning Bolt to keep yourself alive. Stern Scolding is a nice little piece of interaction along with Reprieve. And then the deck's also playing a one of Transmogrify, so you have just that many more hits to hit your creativity style effects. Land base, you're basically mono mountains because you need all mountains in play for Dwarven Mine. One except for Beacon Seju helps against things like Blood Moon and such. Sideboard is a bunch of basically anti-counter spell stuff and anti-Blood Moon stuff. You have Veil of Summer and Silence to help against counter spells, as well as sometimes combo decks. Hallowed Moonlight, good against Living End and not Rhinos. Living End and Team of Rhinos, basically because you cannot play Chalice the Void because the way Creativity is templated. Second copy of Aseju to deal with Blood Moons primarily. A Celestial Purge helps against Blood Moon, helps against Magus of the Moon. Other random things that can hit, buy you some time against decks like Scam. Blossoming Calm, good against Thoughtseize X style-esque effects, also helps a little bit against Burn because your mana base is quite painful. Terra Sunder, once again, blows up things, mainly Blood Moon. Did I mention Blood Moon? And then alternative win cons in case your opponent has extraction effects, or if you just need a different style, Sundering Titan against 4 colors or greedy mana bases, potentially mirror match. Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, just as a way against Milna to recycle your thing, as well as just another threat that can threaten to win the game in a lot of situations. Most people can't come back from Annihilator 6. That said, we get into a match that isn't necessarily the best showcase for this particular deck, but may also showcase some of the deck's weaknesses. So that said, let's get into the match and showcase a little bit of Indomitable Creativity. Once again, don't forget to vote on the channel deck tournament thing we have going on right now. Primarily, right now we have the ramp decks out, we have the mid-range decks out, and the tribal decks / creature decks. We'll have one more thing to come out soon after this, which will be the final for the quarterfinals. Then those decks will be paired off against each other, and after that the finals. So be the deck that will kind of feature on the channel. We'll still do the quick hits, we'll still do the deck guides, etc. But we do need to get back a focus of at least one deck on the channel, like we used to have when we had Boros Burn. Obviously, Boros Burn is now on a different channel. So that said, let's get into creativity matches. All right, we're here with a quick hits match with Creativity. This hand isn't the best, but we do have turn 2 Leyline Unbinding, turn 4 Creativity or Transmogrify, so this hand is probably decent enough. What dual lands do we have access to? Triland, we have Xander's Lounge, Jetmir's, and Rogrim. So we are up against good old-fashioned Inlet, looks like. At least gives us 4 of the colors. Pass turn. garden. Still want to hold up Spell Pierce here. Mm-hmm. Got Sagas. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Land returning. Send him. Blue. There's currently no one of the cards in their hand. Mm-hmm. Yep, got a lot of mana. What you gonna do with it? Doubt it'll matter, but this at least gives me the ability to... Okay, so we know this card's in hand. We know the double strike lands in their hand. So we only don't know 2 cards in their hand currently. Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like our opponent misplayed here. Okay. Don't have at least 2 hands in land they could have played, and I think they punted. So, all right. So, Sundering Titan seems like it might be okay. Terra Sunder might be okay. Silence might be a little bit tricky. Ish card. Purge, no. Beseiju, maybe. Lightning bolts don't do much. Spell Pierce is okay-ish. Emrakul could be okay. Like Sundering Titan's only good if they have Dryad, so it's kind of, we may not even want these two, honestly. I'd love like a second copy of Reprieve. Do. Try like that. Silence is only particularly good if they have Pact for their card. This hand is kind of mid, honestly. Let's give access to Spell Pierce. We'll try it. I mean, it's got a little bit of an early interaction to buy us time. As long as they don't have Amulet specifically on one, we can always counter it. But they always have Amulet on one, so. Yep, Oriole Grazer into Bounce Land. Sure. You have a definitely a white source. Rogrins gets us either which way, we're only getting 4 out of the 5, so let's go with Rogren. So we'll at least slow him down. This card's completely irrelevant other than the acceleration it gave him. Okay, sure. Come on, give me an untapped land of some type. This is no lane card, I do believe, so pass turn. So I guess we play Fable and kind of pray. Like their hand literally has to have nothing. Or we're dead. So. Like we could all up Spell Pierce, but the only thing Spell Pierce kind of messes with a little bit is I was gonna say, are they really gonna cap Seiju? No, they're just making constructs. Which I don't think matters here. They have Bounce Land plus Titan, we're dead. Okay, you got the Bounce Land. Do you have the Titan? Like, we could have held up Leyline Binding here, not progressed our game plan at all, and like seeing if they get see if they get sloppy with their Primeval Titan stuff. Because it doesn't appear that they either really messed up game one or they may not know the ins and outs of the Titan deck yet, so it's kind of like make them go through the motions. And they could have Vesuva or Boros Garrison in their hand, so you gotta make them go through the motions. Yep. Like I said, we could have held up Leyline Binding here, but then we're just time walking ourselves otherwise, and they still get to Titan us in a turn or two. So. Okay. So like I said, opponent is Arboreal Grazer, sure. Opponent needs Vesuva plus Slayer Stronghold to kill us here. Not saying even if we survive this turn that we're in good shape, because we pitch 2 cards. Okay, so they have the combo, so. Moving on. But Anything Silence. Be a little bit better than Spell Pierce, perhaps. Alright, I select to play first. This one has no lands. This hand doesn't do much. Opponent kept 7. So we'll keep and put back Basic Mountain. Mm-hmm. They seriously have triple amulet? Okay then. Okay, go to 5 mana. I don't know if that does much for you. Then again, Explore or Arboreal Grazer here gets them to the One Ring, sure. I don't even know what the heck we bounce here. Someone would have to have very unfortunate luck to not be able to kill us here. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Just pass the turn, hold up creativity. Nothing better to do this turn anyway, so shouldn't have done any of this main phase. That was dumb. They had defense grid, so I needed to do this main phase. Yeah, there's no way we don't die from here, so unfortunate, but that is Amulet Titan sometimes.